Hey guys, here are my UFC 113 predictions. The fights are May 8th in Montreal, Canada, and as always you can go to MMAgirls.net and enter in your prediction picks. The first person with the most correct gets a poster from me, and you can also go and watch any of my videos on YouTube, Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, and on Spike. As always, I will put my videos on Spike first before I do anywhere else. So, I have the links at the end of this video, so make sure to check out all the different ways to communicate with me. First prediction is Machida versus Shogun, and this is the rematch that everyone's been waiting for. It was a very controversial decision victory for Machida, and it's going to be interesting with the rematch. I think Machida's going to come in more prepared and kind of with a better game plan. I think he's going to be more prepared for Shogun's leg kicks, and hopefully he is more elusive, doesn't take any damage, picks his shots. It's definitely going to be an interesting fight because I know a lot of people felt that Shogun won the first fight. So Machida has a lot to prove. Even though he is the champ, he kind of has to really like step it up. But I think he's going to do it, and I'm going with Machida by decision. Like I said, I think he's going to come in with a better strategy, a better game plan. At least I hope. Even though I'm a Shogun fan, I think Machida is going to pull it out again. So I'm going with Machida by decision. Next prediction, Josh Koscheck versus Paul Daly. Paul has a big KO win over Hazlett. Koscheck has a big win over Anthony Johnson. Let's see how this fight plays out. Koscheck obviously needs to avoid Daly's power, and he doesn't need to stand with him any longer than he needs to. I think that Koscheck will be able to take Daly down because he can take pretty much anyone down. And I see this fight going pretty similar to the Anthony Johnson fight. Obviously, Daly could get the KO. That's very possible, and that's what makes this fight so exciting. That's what makes MMA so exciting. But I'm going to go with Koscheck by submission because, like I said, I think this fight's going to go the same way as it did with Anthony Johnson and Koscheck, and I think Koscheck is going to get the submission. So I'm going with Koscheck by submission, but it could be a very exciting fight and anything can happen. Next prediction is Sam Stout versus Jeremy Stephens, and Stout looked really good against Joe Lozon. In the UFC, I think Stout's only been outstruck by Spencer Fisher, if I recall. So, you know, he definitely has the advantage with the stand-up, but Stephens is always game, willing to brawl, ready to fight, and it'll be interesting to see if he can keep the pressure on Stout throughout the entire fight. I'm going to go with Stout by decision because I think he's going to use just his awesome footwork and striking ability to stay out of trouble. So I'm going with Stout by decision. Patrick Cote versus Alan Belcher, and Cote is back. It's awesome to see him, you know, back fighting after he tore his knee in the Anderson Silva fight. It'll be interesting to see how he looks. I mean, it's been like a year and a half since it happened almost. So it'll be really interesting to see. Hopefully he doesn't have any ring rust. Both fighters actually have very similar styles. Both are well-rounded, willing to trade. It's a tough call, but I'm going to go with Alan Belcher by decision. I'm sorry, Cote. I'm sorry. I want to go with Belcher by decision. I'm still going to sing the Cote song because it's been so long. It's been so long. For those of you that don't know, I have a little Cote song. I'm going to go with Cote. Cote, Cote, Cote. Don't beat me up because I didn't pick you. Cote. Next prediction, a little bit kind of different lighting because my camera died and now I have to plug it in. Woo! But next prediction is Kimbo Slice versus Matt Mitrione. And I don't know, I don't want to talk badly about Kimbo because he's a big scary guy, but I don't really know how long his career in the UFC will last just because he has such a major submission defense disadvantage compared to, like, you know, people in his division and in the UFC. But it's just, I don't know, I mean, with Matt, he's willing to take a punch to punch you back. So he's just has intensity, and I don't know, Kimbo, he has KO power and it's very possible he can win, but I just think that Matt's going to keep the pressure on, and I think he's going to get the TKO. So I'm going to go with Matt by TKO.